Hello everybody. Wonder if this is too bright, let me know. I've been working on these, and yes, I did change for like 10 minutes the timing because I had the weird fan noise from the computer and I had to open it and check what was going on. It was just a little cable that had changed place and was hitting, one of the fans was hitting it, so nothing dangerous. I'm really hoping that after the, that the Amazon Prime this year is October 12, 13, and I'll have to see after I pay the web hosting for the website if I have enough to get a new graphics card. If not, I'm gonna have to wait for Cyber Monday. So let's go ahead and get on putting this whole little spider together. So as I said, when you get these together, what you have to keep in mind is that you have to put hi Colleen, you have to put 2 going downwards, 2 going upwards, and that means pretty much you get them, don't cover much on one end, you try to avoid covering too much, but fold the top one over the bottom one and just get them here together, but avoid pinching the white over the black. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Beth. So let's do again another pair. So I'm gonna check which of the sides, because why you don't want on one of the ends, you don't want the white to cover the black, is because that's where the spider leg meets the spider body. So you don't want the leg to be just, floating on the side of the spider. So again, I'm going to get them here together, but then I'm going to narrow it here without pinching the white over the black. If you pinch the white over the black, simply just cut a little so that you'll have all the black lines showing on this side, and then fold the top one over the bottom one. And then remember, I said that the best thing is to put them together before attaching them to the spider. So we're gonna go like this and then use, you sure you see good? Because to me it looks like it's too much bright on the, hi Arlena, on the white. I need to make more. I really need to not forget put my clay order in today because I'm running low on white. I mean, I do have a package of 1 pound of white, but it's that white that doesn't work. So I said I might try it in a year or so. Maybe by then it gets a little bit firmer and doesn't have the, it's like you're working with fresh mozzarella cheese. I don't know if any of you ever made fresh mozzarella, but if you ever watch the process, at one point you have to stretch it and you have to fold it and stretch it and fold it, and it feels like you're working with fresh mozzarella. That's because it's so elasticy. I don't even know how to call it. And then when it's baked, it feels like PVC pipe, honestly. I mean, again, I know polymer clay is PVC particles, but you're supposed to make it feel not like PVC. And in the case of that specific white, it feels like PVC pipe. So again, you don't have to make your little sausages perfect, but enough to create a little bit of a Hi, Elaine. Yeah, I learned one thing to when I ordered the white to order the half-pound, not the 1 pound, because the half-pound seems to have less issues. Okay, so again, put these. Let me actually put this one here. Put these together, and then bring the top one over the bottom one. And then I can trim a little bit here. And the last pair, again, these together, and then bring the top one over the bottom one. And again, I'm going to make it a little cut here. And then get them together like this. These ones look a little bit longer. And there we go. And then use the sausage to fill this space here. Yeah, it is very good. A Fimo is generally very good for canes. Fimo Professional is one of the best for canes. The best for canes is still Kato, but honestly, Kato is a little bit too firm for my hands. Okay, so we got the legs on one side. Let's get the legs on the other side. I made these a little bit too long. Oops, sorry. Well, it's a whimsical spider, okay? It's not a super. And now what I can do, and I'm gonna need a little bit more white. It's a fairly large. Hi, Judy. So hopefully I won't need white by the time I get my order in. By the way, don't forget to go put in your entry for the $50 gift certificate. And remember that you need to have your entry liked, okay? Because if it's not liked, it cannot be chosen. So tell your friends to come and like it. Share the post and ask your friends to come like your entry. This is usually how it's done when the entries are chosen by the likes. You're gonna say, but it's a good opportunity. But yeah, but it's gonna do an opportunity for you to more people to come to your website, to your Facebook page. Duh. Okay, so let me get these. I'm gonna keep this sausage for now. Where's my blade? Oh, there it is. Why did I put it there? I have no idea. I'm going to just cut some strips. Okay, so now I'm going to start covering this area. And going to remove this slightly. And I put it backwards. So diagonal. And here diagonal. Going to be my first one. And I didn't put it back enough. There we go. And again, here I can just cut it like this. And this will be like this here. And then the same thing with the other side. So I start with the diagonal cut, and then the diagonal. See how it's on a diagonal here? It's going to go like this here, so it can go properly in here. So to be slightly larger, and then even slightly even larger. So 1, 2, yeah, it's too large. 2, and this one obviously is too large as well, so I'm gonna just cut it like this. And bring it down properly, and then put the see here, I didn't go all the way down, so press. I'm gonna have to put another line here. But the itty bitty whimsical spider. And all I want to do right now is practically just do 1 or 2 wraps of white around the whole thing to make it properly a rounded one. So I'm gonna grab all this white. I don't know if I'm gonna need more. I might need more. Probably. With my what? Oh, with the spider, we're gonna make a bracelet like the ones that Kathy Weaver does, and then most likely I'm going to send her the canes I'm making. So that she has plenty. Remember, it's for her bracelets for hope thing for the children who are in hospital getting cancer treatment. So it's all about how to make a very simple bracelet with using just cane slices. That goes very fast, and if you're selling stuff, you can make a ton of them very fast. I'm gonna cut as much as I can, so if I need more, I can do a second. This might have to go through the machine one more time. Okay, and then just one. Let's see, do I want a second one? I might want a second one. Let me get this through the machine one more time. This should work just fine. Let's see. Yep. There we go. This should be just perfect. And now, so remember I posted on Facebook how to get in contact with Kathy Weaver and her profile. And I said, don't ask me what she needs, just contact her directly. And as I replied, I'm sure she needs other stuff, not just Halloween, because she does these for all the holidays throughout the year. And also, if you have to spare findings for bracelets, just ask her if she needs, because it's a lot of work and a lot of expense. I mean, think that she gets the canes, and then if they need reduction, she reduces it some more, and then she has to slice them, then she has to bake them, then she has to I don't know if she pokes holes in them before or after baking, but they obviously need holes poked in them. Talking of which, if you want, you can insert one spider line so that it looks like it's hanging from something. But she makes hundreds. She's in collaboration. She asks, of course, the hospitals if she can do that. I know she's got like 10 hospitals she's doing that for, at least. But it's a beautiful program. And even if you don't If you don't do that, you can look for a program like that in your area. And even if you don't do that and you want to do stuff for sale, you can do stuff for sale because they are very easy to make, and especially for holidays for kids, and not only, people will buy if you go to venues. I'm going to get it a little bit more reduced because it's huge right now. I usually keep my canes not very reduced because what you have to remember, if the canes had to sit for a while, when you start working with them, you need to warm them up, otherwise they will start cracking when you try to cut them and do stuff. So warming up means reducing, because that's how you condition the clay that's inside. You make those little PVC particles move around and mix again with the plasticizers. So if you have your cane already reduced, in order to be able to use it after several months, a year or two, you're gonna have to reduce it to minuscule dimensions. So generally speaking, you should store canes at about double the size that you envision you're gonna use them for. I usually keep for the kaleidoscopes, I always keep the original triangle about this big, so that when I want to work later and create another pattern, I can easily use it. Alrighty. So obviously I'm not going to reduce this as huge as it is right now. You can imagine that. So at this point I'm going to cut a piece out of it. First of all, let me cut this. The end. Okay, this should be okay. And then cut a piece out of the end. This. To reduce further. So you saw that it was not even a half an inch. So what you do, you start with the middle like this. And then you can use the palm of your hand, never your fingers, because your fingers will leave grooves. And from time to time press it back in so you wouldn't get too much wastage. Okay, I didn't cut very well there. I have an area here that's a little bit out. And then you keep coming. See, I have it like this, and then you keep coming up, because what you want is to take out any air that might be left trapped inside. So when you come from the middle towards the edges, everything comes out. At this point, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just get my big acrylic block. I have 3 sizes of acrylic block depending on what I want to do. The one that I use the most is this tiny one, but I also have this big one. And you can find them both on Amazon. Yes, I have them in the influencer store, and you can find them also on PolyClay Play. When you do this, you have to be very careful and always clean your area because you don't want it sticking. So from time to time, go back and wipe the area with alcohol and the acrylic block with alcohol. But like we have the square pairs for square canes, you can do this for round canes. Because it pretty much, of course, I have a lot of wastage because I didn't let it rest at all. Okay, I'm not even yet to the. There we go. And there we go, we got our tiny, whimsical, tiny spider who looks all scared like, what the heck did you do? And like I showed you for the other one, let's do something with this as well. And what I'm going to do another cane. That will be an ever revolving cane. So I got all the cuttings. Yeah, when he's big he doesn't look so cute, but when he's tinier he looks just like, what the heck? Looks like he's all frazzled and has a bad hair day. So this is an idea that can be used for doodle type canes. Easily, and it's an ever-changing, and again you can use it for making all kinds of tiles and patterns and stuff. Of course you can do a spiral, so if you do a spiral, actually let me show you the spiral tiles that look pretty good. So try to make it fairly rectangular. And you can make it even thinner than this. I'm going to get it through the machine at one point. Let me get it through the machine. And now what I'm going to do is to actually cut it straight at the end here. And I'm going to roll it. Out of this kind of stuff you can do all kinds of things. You can do a zebra cane, you can do a ever-changing cane, you can do, but this is the simplest way to make an interesting cane that you can tile afterwards. So I just simply rolled it, and now what I have a spiral that's going to ever change, right? Right? So we have this. Let me actually cut this one here properly as well. And what I'm going to do to it, I'm going to triangularize it. So right here where I had the joint, and then I'm going to slightly press down so that I can see how my triangle would look like. And then I come on this side and create the beginning triangle. And you can do this with any kind of leftovers from whatever you're doing. They all look pretty. Okay, so I have this now, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and find where the heck I put my ruler. and cut it in 4. So I need to make it a little bit longer so I can have 4. And you kind of have to make it at one of the ends has to be at a 90-degree angle, and I'll show you how to switch it to a 90 degrees angle. So place your place your acrylic block like this, and then simply press down on the bottom part and press on the acrylic block on the top part. Sorry, the table's kind of moving. And this way you have a perfect 90 degrees, and you can check it before you start cutting it. But I need to extend it to 4 inches. It just makes pretty patterns. And remember to keep your 90 degrees angle. Trying to make it a little bit longer than 4 inches because I want to cut the ends that stick out. Okay. And this kind of stuff you can use for all kinds of things. Yeah, you can make it with translucent too, of course. This can be good for all kinds of things. It can be good for bangles, it can be good for whimsical earrings, it can be good even for photo frames or whatever you want, you name it. And then simply put them together. And as I said, it is an ever-changing cane, because as you cut through it, the very design will change, but the spirals will remain. Actually, I can see how it's, no matter how I move it, it's going to be a little bit different. And then you can simply reduce it. I'm not gonna take the square pairs out just for this. As I just want to reduce it real quick to show you how to make a fast tiled surface. If you want, you can actually keep the equidistant triangles and do a hexagon and then fill up instead of a square. But anyway, and the way you place it makes a beautiful design. Of course, you can make it even smaller and then put it together. And there you go. And see how not one of these is identical with the other because of the way that you make it. And as I said, you can do it not just with black and white, but it makes beautiful patterns, well, black and white and stuff. Yes, I do. So you can go ahead and just do this, and as you can see, it makes, if you make it in shades of blue, you can put it on as a photo frame for a beach photo, or you name it. Or you can make these with different colors and then create the tiles. And out of experience, I can tell you that if you make these with different colors, I mean, each tile to be a combination of, let's say this one would be white and black and blue, this one would be yellow and red and maroon, this one would be green and lime green and yellow, you know, and then you combine them. But from experience, what I've noticed that, for example, if you put it on a bangle, leave about 1 millimeter between them, bake, and then once it's baked, come back and fill in with some white or some black, fill all the spaces between them, and then clean real good, bake, and then sand the whole area, and it will look absolutely gorgeous. It will look almost like a combination of talaveras. If you don't know what a talavera is a special, it's Mexican tile. Let me show you. But you can make it look like a talavera but with not a lot of work. I mean, it's a very, see, these are talavera tiles. And yes, I did intend, but I never got around it, to make talavera canes, because they are absolutely gorgeous, and then you can put them together. I had a friend who in Romania who actually, oh my god, it took her like 6 or 7 months, but she actually did the wall above her countertop with the talavera, yes, with polymer clay. And she made all those tiles. They were like, I think, like more like a 2 by 2 inches. And then of course she put regular grout on them, and she had a lot of sanding to do and stuff, but it looked beautiful when she was done. So okay, I shall see you all Sunday, and don't forget your entry to the giveaway on Facebook, and call your friends to come and like your entry so that I can make the cane you proposed, and you can get the $50 worth gift certificate for PolyClay Play towards your expenses in clay for the upcoming holidays. Okay, and don't forget to read the rules, because don't put just any Halloween or any cane picture. It has to be, you know, Halloween themed, not somebody else's work, something that I could do in 1 hour, and not more than 1 image. Okay, thank you. See you all Sunday. Have a wonderful week.